I am Althea Lagumbay, and today I am going to present to you my assigned topic in integrating educational technology into the curriculum, which is computing in the digital age, digital students, who are they, and how do they learn. But for now, I am going to discuss who are these digital students in the digital age, since Ms. Molina will going to discuss or explain to you the digital students and how do they learn. So, let's start. Alright, so to begin our discussion, let us first define what is digital age. So, if you hear the word digital age, what are the ideas or the concept that comes into your mind if you hear these words digital age? Well, for me as a future educator and as a reporter, the first thing that comes into my mind when I hear the word digital age is the evolution of this digital tools, digital technologies that we are using today. So for us to have a clear vision or clear understanding about digital age, let us define what is digital age. So, a digital age refers to the time period in which personal computers and other subsequent technologies were introduced to provide users the ability to easily and rapidly transfer information. So, right now, we are in a digital age wherein digital technologies are arising and many more inventions were being processed by a lot of inventors so that it can help us or our workloads or our everyday living at ease or easy to do, most especially if we are going to access some informations in the internet. So this digital tools that we are using today gives a lot of benefits and advantages in our day-to-day living. So the digital age had an overall impact on our societies and day-to-day activities. It has a lot of advantages and disadvantages, no? And also it came with so many opportunities as well as cost. So it provides also many opportunities because kanang sa mga work, 'di ba, naghatag sila og work through mga online mga setups, and also it is costly because we cannot not every one of us can afford digital technology such as cell phones, laptops, or personal computers, printers, and mga inana. So, not all can access or not all individuals can use this digital technologies. But overall, all of us benefit, no? This digital technologies contribute a lot in our day-to-day living. Okay, so we have computing in the digital age. So digital technology allows greater participation in the creative process, turning viewers into creative producers. Individuals can customize formats, outcomes, and usage of the information presented to them. So this digital technologies allows greater participation sa mga students, since this allow them to be creative, no, flexible, and be enthusiastic about their outputs or their performance in the teaching and learning process. So it may because of this teaching tools or digital technologies, ma-improve ang ilahang creativity, mas ma-discover pa nila kung asa sila hiyang, no, by the use of these digital technologies, and it will also inspire the viewers, no, to become creative also, kay maano man sila nga, uy, amazing lagi ang mga transitions, ang yung mga ginagamit nga tools. So it will inspire them to do also what you are doing. So individuals can also customize formats, no, they can edit, they can customize, just like in Canva, we can create our personal template, or we can get inspiration to other authors and customize their template, and so on and so forth. And this will be helpful in transferring information from one to another because it's an easy access, no? We can transfer easily and quickly information to other people. This digital revolution has accomplished in only 50 years that which took hundreds of years to accomplish, beginning with the invention of Gutenberg's printing press in the late 16th century. So before the evolution of these digital technologies that we are using today, we have here the first invention in the late 16th century. This is the first invention of Gutenberg's printing press. So as we've seen in the picture nga, it is not portable, unlike sa mga printers na ginagamit nato karon nga dali na lang siya gamiton, no? It's just a tap lang yun na then mo print na siya tanan kung unsa atong gusto ipa-print. Unlike sa karon is electronic na gyud atong mga printer, and it's easy access na pod siya sa mga students and sa mga individuals nga gusto magpa-print. All right, now we will going to proceed to our main topic, which is digital students. Who are they and how do they learn? But for now, we will going to focus who are these digital students in this digital age. So, in fact, many people believe that the brains of today's youth have actually become rewired to accommodate the thousands of hours they spent in front of computer screens, watching and creating video, listening to music, and playing computer and video games. It also has been said that today's youth actually speak digitally. So, from the first paragraph, no, I am guilty that makaspend ko og almost no isa ka adlaw magsigig scroll sa mga social media or other mga platforms, like kanang dili ko mo bored, no, like dili ko laayon og magsigig scroll good sa mga social media because no ma-entertain man good ko, so mawala siya og ka boring, no. So mo na siya kung ginabuhat aside from the ACADS, but more on ACADS good. So no, we cannot blame the students na magsigig yun. They can spend hours no watching movies or using these digital tools because mao na ilang nakasanayan, no. Dili na sila mapugnan o dili pud nato mapugnan ang development, no, sa mga technologies nga naga-arise karon. So mao na siya. And speaking of that the students daw nowadays are considered as mga digital speakers, or they can speak digitally. So what is the meaning behind this word? The students can speak digitally. So students in the digital age are considered or known to speak digitally because they are native speakers of the digital language. Meaning, these students are exposed to and fluent in various digital technologies and platforms. So, kabalo na sila magkuri-kuri, no? They can explore, they can watch on YouTube kung saan pag-access ang technology, unso paggamit ang technology. So, dagan sila knowledge, no? Maka-develop sila skills using that digital tool nga ilang gigamit. So, this digital fluency has become an integral part of their lives since they are comfortable using smartphones, computers, social media, and other platforms sa digital world where they can often navigate with ease. So, dali na lang kay para sa ilaha. And however, it is also important to note that not all students are digitally literate because not all of us have the access to digital technologies. So, hindi natin lahatin, no? We should not generalize nga all students, no, are guilty of spending hours, that all students can speak digitally, because there are some students also, no, from especially sa mga far-flung areas nga they cannot access or wala jud sila idea unsa ning cellphone because it is costly and kanang dili tanan maka-afford ani, dili tanan makagamit because costly siya and kanang dili tanan literate in how to use it. So mo to siya. So to emphasize what is students who speak digitally is mo to siya, they are fluent in mga paggamit sa mga digital tools, no. They are comfortable using computers, mga smartphones in their academics and also in their recreational activities. So that is why they referred to as digital speakers. Today's students play on electronic playgrounds with a variety of powerful media functioning as their recreational equipment. So, as what I've said earlier, that dili gyud nato mapugan ang ato ang mga students or mga kids no, to use these digital tools because this brings them entertainment, and this serves as their recreational activity, especially today, no, as mag-observe ta sa atong palibot, then ako pod maka-observe ko nga some children, no, some kids are into electronic playgrounds wherein once say for example kanang bata kana gumutukar ang ilang mga tantrums or kana magmaoy-maoy sila, so the parent, no, patanawon lang og YouTube or Cocomelon ba ang mga bata, then muhilom na sila. So that is an example of electronic playgrounds. So miska kung sa mga tool, no, yung cellphone ba or tablet, sa ngalan nga ang bata magpuyo, malingaw, so mo na siya gina-consider, mo na ginatawag nato as electronic playgrounds, wherein this functions as a recreational equipment to them. So the world they live is significantly different from the past. Again and again, it is the previous generation, and today's digital age is quite different. Today's students use different technologies to communicate and to access information from multiple resources. So mo to siya definition of this digital age, that we can have an easy access. Students can have an easy access, no, sa mga available resources online, and naka-transfer na silang information from one place to another, or from one individual to another. But let us also make sure nga this information nga atong gina-access sa internet is reliable and accurate. So I have here a conversation, no, a conversation between a parent and his kid, no. Ana sa parent this, how do you walay ingon ang parent, but ana ang student then. How do you think my first day of kindergarten went? They didn't even have a Wi-Fi. No, so kinder pagani nagita nag-internet. So inana naka-boom ang technology nowadays. No, mangita nagyog masking kinder mangita nagyog internet kay malingaw man gyud sila magtan-aw og mga YouTube, like electronic playgrounds, no, they found they found happiness, like happy na sila makakita og mga videos, play og mga video games, mga inana. So you will soon see that something is different about today's youth. Many have called this new generation the digital generation because we are now living in a digital age. So ang mga generation or mga students nga nabilong sa karon nga digital era is considered as considered on the digital generation because most of them can speak digitally or digitally literate. So the digital generation includes students growing up connected to the world around them through smartphones, tablets, and computers. A generation of people born in this era has grown up with access to digital information and the abilities to navigate the new communication technologies. So, a recent National School Boards Association or NSBA report stated that 96% of US teens and tweens, students aged 8 to 12, who have internet access use social networking to connect with their peers. Digital students now have a virtual world at their fingertips with all its pitfalls and promises. So based on the survey of the NSBA, the latest survey, that almost 100%, 90% of the teens in US are really using these digital technologies in communicating with their peers, social networking to connect with their peers. So mo nilang ginagamit mostly gyud para mag-communicate. So though it is wala ginabawalan nga mag-communicate sila face to face, but mostly sa ilaha daho kayo ang percentage nga mostly sa mga teens is nagagamit na gyud og mga smartphones or digital technologies available to communicate with their peers. So, Apple Computer defines these digital students or digital kids as kids who are, first, hypercommunicators who use multiple tools to communicate. So, since ang mga daghan na kayo tong mga nag-arise ng mga digital technologies karon, so the students become an hypercommunicators wherein they can multitask, they can use multiple tools while communicating. So, these tools like Messenger, mga chat, Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, or other means of or ways kung unsa sila makipag-communicate sa ilahang peers. So they became hyper communicators. Second, multitaskers who do several things at once with ease. So they became multitaskers, no? Daghan na kay sila ma-accomplish at isa ka adlaw, daghan na sila ma-accomplish nga mga workloads or sa academics ba nila. So daghan silang mahuman with the help of this digital technology. So they became multitasker. And lastly, they became goal-oriented as they pursue multiple goals at the same time. So as multitaskers, nadyo kay goal nga need mo i-accomplish within the day. So if because of these digital technologies nga available, mag-multitask ang student, and because ana is dagan siya goals nga ma-attain or dagan siya goals nga ma-accomplish at the end of the day. So again, we have the Apple computer identified 3 ka mga skills or abilities nga ma-develop sa students as they engage in this digital age, which is they become hyper communicators, multitaskers, and goal-oriented. So, today's digital generation is profoundly different from previous generations, and these differences need to be understood by teachers if they are to facilitate effective learning for the digital students. So, as teachers, dili na gyud nato mapugnan nga ma-integrate no ang mga digital teaching technologies sa classroom setting. So, if teachers allow, naga-integrate sila ang mga inana as well as pud ang students. Basta ang kanang mga tools or mga cellphones or tablets nga ginagamit nila along the teaching and learning process is for educational purposes lang pod. So as teachers, no, as we integrate no digital technologies in the teaching and learning process, we must also be alert. We should guide and act as facilitators towards our learners, because wala ta kabalo kung saan na ilang ginagamit dira habang nagklase ka, no? Habang nagklase ka, what if nagdula ditog ML, no? Nagsigig scroll sa Facebook, wala na minaw. So as teachers, you need to be alert. You need to facilitate your learners on what they are doing. You need to check them kung saan na ang ginaunsa na nila ilang cellphones, kung naminaw pa ba, kung nagpicture ba sila or nagrecord sa imuhang discussion din ha. So mo na siya, teachers should understood that students use this tools, digital technologies for their own good and for their education nga mga purposes. I have here a table of some characteristics of students from previous generations and today's digital students. So kanisha, this table serves as a comparison table wherein na-compare nato kung unsa ang evolution, kung unsa pag-evolve ang mga students sa previous generation and ang mga digital students we have today. So this will enable us to understand more or to know more our digital students today. So we have students from previous generation, passive communicators to hyper communicators. So mga students na nato today in the digital world is hyper communicators. So before, passive communicators is kanang murag sender and receiver lang siya nga process, like ang mga students receive ng information no from other people without wala sila access to any resources no sa internet. So they rely on textbooks, mga printed materials na ginahatag sa ilahang teacher, and then read and receive the information, gina-digest nila sa ilang utok. Meanwhile, in today's digital world, our students are hyper communicators, wherein they can use multiple tools to access information. They can use cell phones, tablets, and computers. Next is we have from single taskers to multitaskers. So as I have mentioned kanina, that our students nowadays are multitaskers because they can use multiple tools. They can multitask their exercises or their activities at once, and they have also goals to accomplish. They can accomplish a lot of goals no at the end of the day. So sa una, single taskers is kung unsalay gihatag sa teacher sa gi-assign nila nga single task or assignment is ma-accomplish nila. So isa lang yun no. Like dili wala sila ma-accomplish within the day nga daghan kaayo, unlike karon nga daghan taog ma-accomplish ug daghan pud tag mabuhat because of the availability of mga digital technologies. Next is we have from work-oriented to play-oriented. So work-oriented, this means that ang mga students is focus lang yun sila sa pag-develop no, sa mga skills and to be knowledgeable about sa mga topics na ginatudlo sa teacher. So mura na siya teacher student and kanang student teacher lang siya, teacher centered lang good ang kanang pamaagi no sa pagklase. So teacher ang ang hatag sa mga information, and then ang mga students kay passive lang naga-receive sila sa mga information nga ginaingon ni teacher. Meanwhile, today's generation is play-oriented, wherein we have this what we call a play-based na setup, play-based curriculum, wherein play and activity is the center of the children's learning. So dili na siya merely on reading lang no discuss si teacher, no kani siya is more on kanang mga activities, no mga playful activities, kay kana siya nga experience is maka-learn daw, mas maka-learn ang bata if teacher use that strategy. So it is usually reserved for early pupils, recognizing that it is through play that children develop basic knowledge and skills. So we have here mga gamification, no mga digital tools, digital instructional material nga ginagamit sa teachers inside the classroom para mas ma-engage, no, para mas mag-participate ang mga students. So karon is student-centered na siya nga pamaagi. Next is we have linear thinking to random access. So if we say linear thinking is kanang linear, isa lang, laray lang siya, no? It is a systematic and analytic thought process that allows a step-by-step good ang process, similar to a straight line. So straight lang siya ang huna-huna sa mga students before. Unlike karon nga random access, so kanang ana na biskag asa na magpadulong because they can access a lot of information, a lot of resources available by the use of these digital technologies. And next is we have non-relevancy learning, or relevancy was not critical to learning. And today's digital students, you have learning has to be relevant and fun. So sa non-relevancy kay sa una daw, since this focus more on mga real life experiences para then relate it to their academics, is kanang naday uban learning is kanang dili siya relevant good, dili siya helpful para maka-develop og skills o knowledge ang mga bata. Unlike karon that learning is relevant or has to be relevant and fun because of this digital technologies nga available. So mas fun, mas engaging, mas enthusiastic no ang feeling sa mga students as they learn in the school. So next is we have single sensory input to multi-sensory input. So if we say single sensory input, like so we have 5 senses, diba? We have sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of hearing, and sense of touch. So, sa una daw, ang mga previous students is single sensory input lang sila. So, kung visual lang, wala lang makita. Mo lang na ilahang, inana sila maka-learn sa una. But karon, multi-sensory input na. So, the definition of multi-sensory input or multi-sensory learning is that it is how students learn, or how the teacher teaches this lesson that engage 2 or more senses. So dili lang visual, dili lang listening, dili lang speaking, dili lang reading, dili lang isa ang ilahang magamit sa mga students as they learn, but they can use all of their 2 or more senses as they engage in the learning activity inside the classroom. Next, we have from text-based first to digital and graphics first. So our learners in the previous generation is they merely rely on mga textbooks or printed materials nga ginahatag sa school sa ilaha. So they read texts, no? Nagabasa lang sila to learn or to gather information para mas knowledgeable sila. But today, in our digital age, digital mas gina-prioritize sa mga learners or sa mga students ang graphics o mga digital illustrations nga ilahang makita. So, more on ang mga students karon is visual, like more on ganahan sila maka-learn if naghan sila makita nga mga visual mga illustrations or mga visual inputs rather than mga text nga basahon lang. Next, we have from reality-based to fantasy-based learning. So, in the previous generation daw, sa ilang pag-learn is reality-based wherein kung unsa ang mga na-experience sila or what is really happening in the situation they have, ilahang na-experience is maka-learn sila ana, reality-based. Meanwhile, sa fantasy-based learning is ang mga learners because sa mga na-develop ng mga digital technologies, sa mga na-arise sa digital technologies is they are more on imaginative, no? Like how kayo mag-imagine ang mga learners like mga fictions, like how sila mag-imagine kontra sa previous nga what is really happening is dila sila mag-focus sa ilang learning. Meanwhile, ang fantasy based aside from they consider nga unsay mga nahitabo sa ilaha, nagahatag pod sila panahon sa kaning mga fantasy sa mga imaginations nga ilahang gina-create sa ilahang mind. And lastly, we have conventional speed to twitch speed. So, if you say conventional speed, this is a traditional way of learning. So, ang speed ani is hinay-hinay, step by step ang process sa una sa mga previous generation. Makakaton sila in a traditional way. Meanwhile, karon sa digital era or digital age, mga students is twitch speed. So, if we say twitch, kanang it's just a click of the hand, automatic, no? Ang mga student karon automatic learners na sila, paspas ra kay sila maka-learn, maka-digest, no, og mga information, no? Samot na sa kanang makabasa lang sila, mananaw lang sila og mga articles or mga resources from the internet, paspas ra kay ma-process sa ilahang utok. Ila na ka-advance ang mga students karon. So from conventional speed, from traditional to kanang automatic na way of learning. So, in conclusion, today's students are essentially different from previous generations in the way they think, in the way they access, absorb, interpret, process, and apply information. And above all, in a way that they view, interact, and communicate in this technology-rich and connected world. So, kinabalik-balik na no from the first pagyud nako nga discussion that today's students are really different from previous generations to the digital students we have today. So, again, this students we have in this digital world are the students who are digital speakers. They can easily access information, transfer information from one person to another, and they use multiple tools in their teaching and learning process inside the classroom. So I guess that's my discussion all about who are these digital learners in the digital age. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a lot about our topic. Thank you and God bless.